Hello, my name is Nicole, and today I would like to talk with you about criticizing God's leaders. Some of us don't know who God's leaders are because we see so many false prophets on television. But some people are very genuine in their beliefs, and they are definitely sold out for God. So we have to walk softly with individuals who are in fact being used of the Lord. When we don't, then we grieve the Holy Spirit. And when we grieve the Holy Spirit, we can actually bring curses upon our household. People say, well, I'll say what I want to. I'll put a little comment on somebody's website, or I'll send a letter to somebody in the mail cursing them about what they are and aren't doing. And I'm just going to let them have it. Well, when you take on that type of position, you have to understand that there's somebody on the other side that is being called to talk to individuals about foolish things that they're doing, things that are actually causing problems in their lives as well as others. When someone is trying to uplift other people, you have to be careful about what you're saying to that person, because you don't know what God is using that person to do in the lives of those individuals. So feedback is unnecessary in the kingdom of the Lord when God is the one that is using his people to raise up a standard. So what happens when we criticize the wrong individuals? Well, I can give you some examples in the Bible. We have Miriam. She was mocked. Or actually, she wasn't mocked. I should say she mocked Moses because he had a Cushite wife. And then what happened was that she was stricken with leprosy. You can go to Numbers chapter 12 to find out more about that story. Then there was Michal. Now, Michal in the Bible, she was despised by David because he danced before the Lord. And as a result of that, she remained childless in 2 Samuel chapter 6. Then in the Bible, there were various youths who decided to mock Elisha and laughed at his baldness. What happened in that situation was those children were killed by bears. And you can go to 2 Kings chapter 2 for that. Now, these are three examples of situations that happened as a result of people being critical of God's chosen. When you find yourself being tempted to want to criticize people who are about God's business, whether you are a believer, unbeliever, backslider, what have you, understand that there is consequences to be paid. It doesn't pay to be critical of people if you really don't have any real reason, any substantial reason that is going to uplift or help someone. You have to question, is my criticism going to uplift this individual, or am I just spouting off the mouth because I'm upset with some things that they said? You also have to pray and ask the Lord to give you wisdom in terms of what exactly is this person trying to do. Is really God behind this individual? That would be the best thing to do before you launch feedback on something you know nothing about, or on something you think you know something about. Now, criticism is helpful at times, but sometimes criticism can be a demon. Sometimes criticism is designed to kill, steal, and destroy a person's spirit. And that is why some believers are very careful responding to feedback, because they know that there is an enemy out there who doesn't like what they're saying. We also know that some criticism is petty. In 1 Samuel 16, verse 7, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." So some people are judging folks just by the way they look. They look at their YouTube video and they say, oh, this person, they look silly. Or this person, I can't trust them because they're black, they're white, they're Mexican, they're Indian, or some other ethnicity. Oh, I know about those men who are short. They have a Napoleon Bonaparte complex. Oh, I don't know about them. And so you come up with all of these, stereotypes and attitudes and things that you may have personally gone through, and you judge people on that sort of thing rather than just taking the information that you're receiving and using that to help you out. So judging people and being critical of those that are about God's business can backfire on you. There are other people in the Bible who also went through a number of changes, and you can find out more in the NIV Study Bible. And I also enjoy reading the Holy Bible because, for one, I like the way the language sounds, but also because it's the only Bible that doesn't have a lot of scriptures missing out of it. So do take the time out to look up those stories that deal with individuals who have been critical of God's people and the consequences that resulted in their criticism. Thank you so much for listening.